This right here is Sennheiser's new budget headphones called Accentum Wireless, which come in black and starting next month, well, also in white. It's the first everyday headphones for €149 that feature almost everything you want in terms of features in a sleek package, but also with some negatives that I simply cannot overlook. If this is the one for you, or if you should go for alternatives that I actually compare them with, will be discussed right after the intro. The new Accentum Wireless come in the lightest box that I have encountered in all my headphone reviews that I published here on YouTube. This comes down to the minimum of accessories you get with the headphones, such as a single USB A to C cable and a manual. And also the very light headphones themselves, which actually brings me to the first negative here. Design-wise, I really like them. They are sleek, minimalistic in tone, and the logo placement on them is perfect. Just on the edge of the headband itself, slightly ingrained. This makes for a good looking headphone, but the looks are very much deceiving. The Accentum Wireless are completely made out of plastic. And from the first touch on day one up until me wearing them for, well, 5 days for this review, they feel very cheap. The plastic is flimsy and mostly feels like the plastic you get when buying toy cars in your childhood, or when going to a festival and you get your drinks inside one of those infamous plastic cups. Especially the connection part between the headband and the ear cups feel like it's the first part that's actually going to break. I almost get the sense of the older Beats models, which costs quite a lot of money, but were prone to breaking very easily while dropping them. Also, there's no metal band inside the headband itself. It's also completely made out of plastic, which does not give me any hopes in them lasting very long. And for €149, I at least expect a decent amount of usage before they begin to disassemble themselves. I will do a follow-up on them in a year to see how they handle themselves while using them occasionally. The cushion, on the other hand, is nice, not only on the headband, which is a rubbery kind of material, but also on the ear cups themselves. It feels soft to the touch and it springs back easily, which makes for a good dampening on your ears. But more on the dampening when it actually comes to ANC later in this review. But the clamping force on them is, and I don't know how to tell it otherwise, intense. Wearing the Sony XM5s before, putting them on, this felt like someone screwed my head in for the first couple of minutes, until I actually got used to the pressure. After 5 days of usage, this loosened a bit, but it's still not a positive feeling for the first couple of minutes or so when you put them on. Now let's go to the ear cups themselves. For my taste, these are too small. I can feel my ears slapping against the outer sides of the cups, which is a new feeling for me, even though I tested quite a lot of different headphones over the years from different manufacturers. Even their sister headphones, the Momentum 4, were much more comfortable when it comes to ear cup size, and I don't know how to call it, but let's say ear space inside the cups. Control-wise, these revert back from the touch controls you get on the Momentum 4s and use a simple button layout which is integrated on the right side of the ear cups. Loudness knobs, play, pause, and an on-off pair button is all you actually get. Simple as that, that's all you need. But after using them for a while, I'll dearly miss at least one more button, the ANC transparency switch. To change from ANC to transparency, you have to go into the app and make the switch there. This is something I don't like on them, but at least the connection between the headphones and the app is very stable and super fast. It took me under 2 seconds to connect it with my iPhone as well as my MacBook. And while we are here right now, let's actually take a look at the app as well. First, there's connection management, which tells you what you are connected to. Then we have the equalizer settings that you can play around with to change the sound to your liking. But there are no presets available, which I find kind of strange, especially since these are headphones predominantly made for the masses. So I assume they aren't that knowledgeable in EQing the headphones. After that, you get a sound check feature, which lets you have your EQ settings done automatically to your taste, but you need to register an account with Sennheiser, which is a terrible option in my opinion. This also goes for sound zones, which is also a restricted function unless you actually register. Then we have active noise cancellation, as well as a wind noise reduction setting, and finally side tone, which is made especially for calls to let you hear your voice clearer by playing it into the mix while you are calling. This is so that you can actually hear yourself better. Good function, which I like very much and would like to see on other headphones as well. Now, while we are on topic, here's a small example of the 2 mics on board the Accentum Wireless so that you can hear what they sound like. This is a mic test of the Sennheiser Accentum Wireless headphones. I'm going to tell you something that is actually on my milk box, Weihenstephan's haltbare Milch, because I don't have anything else in hand right now. Qualitätsgarantie. Wir achten stets auf höchste Milchqualität und verarbeiten die wertvolle Milch auf sorgfältige Weise. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about the mic quality? Is it good? Is it bad? Write it down in the comments for me to read. Next up, of course, is battery life, and to my surprise, Sennheiser did not sacrifice anything there. With 50 hours of runtime, these almost rival the Momentum 4's runtime of 60 hours. And they also come with a quick charge of 10 minutes for an additional 5 hours of runtime. Great for when you need the extra music while you are on a train or somewhere else and you only got a split second to charge before you need to hop off again. Now, we only have the two main features left that we can talk about, and first up is of course ANC. And I don't know, well, I expected more, but somehow my first impression, which got stuck over the next 5 days of usage, was, is the ANC actually on? Taking the headphones off, I could hear all the street rumbling as well as the daily noises you have well around you. It's clearly not on the level of what you expect from a Sennheiser headphone. And there's no comparison with the Momentum 4, and also it's not even close to what the Sony XM5s can offer. Probably most of the ANC actually comes from the passive noise blockage that the cushioning on the ear cuffs provides, so I'm clearly a bit baffled here. Yeah, there is of course some cancellation, but in relation to my expectations, it's really lacking. So of course I prepared a noise cancellation test for you, and I'm also throwing the one more Sonoflows for half the price of the Accentums into the ring, as well as the heaviest H1H and the Sony XM5s, just for your comparison. And now for the grand finale, the sound quality. It's good. It's better than expected. This is actually where the money went. Or let's say differently, this is where Sennheiser hasn't taken the money off. They sound full and clear, and most everything feels, for lack of professional words, buttery smooth. But of course this wouldn't be a review without some examples, so I pitted the Accentums against the one more Sonoflows as well as the Sony XM5s. So decide for yourself if what you hear is to your liking. Conclusion: the Momentum 4s were a great headphone that had some initial problems that made them unattractive for me, but the great sound quality made up for it in the end. And somehow I feel like this is the same here with the Accentum Wireless. They have great sound quality and the overall feeling is adequate to the price range when you get them for 149 euros. But when it comes to a price tag of 179 on most other sites, in Germany on Amazon it was 149, I don't think these are worth it. Especially with the lackluster ANC, the clamping forces that are still there even after 5 days of constant usage, the cheap plastic exterior which feels like it's prone to break with time. But yeah, the battery life and the ease of usage make them quite interesting in other cases. So if you are looking for great sound at a budget price, then these are a good pair to put into your maybe I'll buy them shopping list or something. Other than that, I think there's a better headphone out there. As always, my name is Leechtm and I'm off writing the next scripts. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to subscribe to this channel. There are plenty more of this type of content and many other things available for you to watch. Have a great day, see you around and goodbye.